Right. Alright, welcome back everybody to another Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Creatures video. Today we have the Academy faction. We will be going over all of these beautiful creatures and going over all their abilities and whatnot. So please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out all of my other faction videos on creatures, on heroes, Heroes 5 tier list, the Heroes 5 dual mode series that I did. And custom games that we are currently doing. Right now, when I'm recording this, on Twitch, by the way, so go down in the description. But we are on game 6. Probably by the time you're seeing this, it's been well more than that. So for tier 1 here, Mr. Gremlin, just a basic shooter, literally nothing to see. For the Master Gremlin, which is my preference, still the same shooter, but they have a repair. So this repair can repair friendly golems and heal them up. So you know you lose 10 golems, repair them, and maybe you didn't lose 10. They can also repair war machines too. So if for whatever reason they destroyed a ballista or first aid tin or whatever, they can also repair that if you want. If you don't want to fuck with the golems for whatever reason, or they haven't lost anybody. So then this one, the Gremlin Saboteur, switch off mechanical enemies for the duration of 1 turn. If the target's total HP is lower than this creature's, which is likely not, but if you have enough of them, then it will be. But honestly, this to me is pointless. You should always 100%, no matter what, choose the Master Gremlin to be able to repair your golems, because your golems are definitely one of the best units on your team for a lot of different reasons, but at the same time, to be able to repair anything in the back if you want or need to, just the utility of them is so nice, especially if they get pulled up on. Being able to have something you can do instead of melee attack is super helpful, and the Saboteur can't always do that because you're not always going to be facing people like other mechanical people or people that have war machines that you can fuck with. So Master Gremlin is definitely my choice. We're going to keep him highlighted. Then we have the Gargoyles, so Elemental. So this is something new as far as all of the other factions. So this creature is not alive and can't be affected by poison, blind, or mind-related magic, nor can it be resurrected or healed with the first aid tent. So this is somewhat similar to the undead from Necropolis, all of those creatures. So just to keep that in mind. And something that we have seen here again is Enrage. So a friendly unit dies, the Gargoyles will gain extra attack for the rest of combat. They are a flyer, so they can fly around, which is nice, can be helpful sometimes. And then they are immune to air, so air magic can't harm them. So a nice little base tier 1, being immune to so many different things and gaining some extra attack if a friendly unit dies, and being able to fly. And honestly, they have pretty good movement. They can definitely make it pretty much anywhere in 2 turns on any battlefield. So it's super good tier 2. Definitely defensive, not their attack sucks, but everything else is good. Then the Obsidian Gargoyle, same thing, elemental, they're immune to all of that, and Rage, they're immune to air as well, and immune to fire, and immune to water, and can fly. So they're literally just, they're fucking immune to everything except Earth, and it's not even going to do a lot of damage to them, I promise you that. So Obsidian Gargoyles are definitely a solid tier 2. They're not amazing, again, they're not great at attack, but everything else, like, they're a strong-ass defensive tier 2. Again, Elemental, Enraged, Fly. Now, this, basically what you're seeing from all of this vulnerability is that it, basically they take more damage from magic, but it is spread out to other units instead of just you. I personally hate this one. I think it's the stupidest, one of the it might be the stupidest unit in the game. There's just no point in doing that and spreading out the damage that you take from stuff. So these other units are taking damage that the Gargoyle should have, when you could just choose this one and they can't do any spell to you at all. So yeah, I just choose the Obsidian Gargoyle, and that one, there's something that I've said in other videos, some of the upgrades, is kind of just preference, or, what you feel like is better or worse, and it's not necessarily wrong, but this one, 100%, do not ever do the Elemental Gargoyle. It is trash. But then we're moving on to the tier 3 Golems. Mechanical, so this creature is not alive, and its morale is always neutral, can't be affected by poison, blind, or mind-related magic, or healed by the first aid tent or anything like that. So much like elementals, except they have no morale. So that's really the only difference there. Immune to slow. They're 50% magic proof, period. So for a tier 3, that is some very, very strong immunities against so much stuff. And then the upgraded version, the Steel Golem, has unlimited retaliation. So you retaliate somebody, it says retaliate, who cares? They attack you back because it said retaliate, then you attack them again. And he's not going to stop. So it's super nice to keep going. It's more damage output, and these guys again are immune to everything. Magic proof 75%. 75% magic proof. 75% less damage from all magic. And immune to slow, and immune to these things, and unlimited retaliation. So this dude is very, very hard to kill for a tier 3 unit. And then you have the Magnetic Golem. So this is one of these ones where I can see why some people might choose the Magnetic Golem. Again, obviously he's mechanical. We'll get to the enchanted. Okay, I guess we have to get to both of these. So he's not immune to anything aside from these things, obviously, because he's mechanical, and he doesn't do unlimited retaliation. But enchanted armor. This creature is absolutely immune to all kinds of magic except those that inflict direct physical damage. Any spells that deal magical damage heals half of its damage HP. So they are immune to it. So biggest example, because you have a mage, you're going to use fireball, right? If you don't use fireball with mage, you don't ever play this game again. Like, you're crazy. So you can fireball this man, and the damage that he would have taken from said fireball, he's going to heal. Now, obviously, he cannot overheal, so, it's best to do it, obviously, if he has lost lives. At the same time, it's super nice, again, to have this Gremlin to be able to keep them alive, for multiple reasons, but he's going to heal that damage. If an enemy pit fiend fireballs, you and somebody else, let's just say you're in a crowd and they fireball you, you're going to heal the damage that you have lost, heal the health you have lost. So it's super nice. I can see the potential there, especially, when you're using your own mage and you're fighting and you fireball an area that has enemies. It will also help him heal. And then magnetism, finding itself under the effect of a destructive magic spell, will absorb some of the damage would normally go to other units affected by the spell. So yeah, it's basically just repeating the same thing. So what it's basically saying is it's going to heal the lives, but also it's going to take what it absorbed and make it their hit points too. So this dude can become beefy as fuck. And be damn near impossible to kill because you're going to be being healed by magic and shit. Plus, if you repair Golem him as well. So it's basically, do you want to, really it's, do you want attack, very tanky but high attack Golem, or do you want insanely tank Golem? Um, so way more tanky or less tanky, still a tank, but more damage. So it's damage or tank, which one do you want? I prefer this one just because of the magic immunity plus having another, low tier tank that's immune to magic as well. It's super nice. Then we go to Mage, definitely the carry of Academy. So this one is Shooter, no range penalty, which is nice. So if somebody pulls up on you, you're not going to be doing less damage. Actually, this one has full range. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. I did not know that the stock Mage had full range. That's actually interesting. I believe that, actually, that's the same all the time. I guess I just wasn't ever even paying attention on that, because usually I don't even, most of the time, so this one can cast. He does have Fist of Wrath, something else, and Fireball, but this magic attack hits people in a line, which is why I don't even think about shooting, because you can hit your friendly units. So most of the time you don't even want to actually shoot. You always want to cast your spells, which thankfully are great ones. So you can, if everybody's in a line, including your friendly units, you're going to do damage to them, which is why it's a lot of the times not the most useful to actually shoot with your mage compared to casting. So then the Archmage, it's all the same things, no range penalty, but you're going to hit friendly units if that line is clear. Caster, Great Caster, Fireball, and Fist of Wrath. Excuse me, and then Energy Channel, if there's a creature with this ability in the hero's army, the hero will need 25% less mana to cast spells. So basically just having this Archmage on your team will make your hero, it'll be 25% less to cast spells for your hero. So, instead of 10 mana, it's 7 now, right? 6.5, which they can't go. I think it goes up. I think they round up, I would imagine. But either way, less mana for your hero to have to cast. And then the Battle Mage. So, FYI, just don't choose this one because it's stupid. Same thing, full range, magic attack, caster, dampen magic. This creature completely defends all neighboring friendly stacks from distant mage attacks. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be facing another mage unit. And I actually don't even know if it counts when that mage would fireball you. But either way, just choose this one, because this one does not have a fireball. This one only has Fist of Wrath and something else. I always forget the other spell because I never really fucking use it. So yeah, you want Fireball with Mage, and that's this one. Both of these have Fist of Wrath and Fireball and something else. This one only has Fist of Wrath and something else, but not Fireball, unfortunately. So just don't choose the Battle Mage. And then the Djinn here. The Djinn, as you can see, is a flying unit, a large creature as well, so it takes up 4 spots. Random curse, so you can just hit this activated ability, place it on somebody, and they will get a random curse. Some weakness, some slow, whatever. It's nice. It's a little bit of utility, especially if you can't reach a target and you want them to come to you or whatever. You can go ahead and make them then worse. And then 25% magic proof, so 25% less damage from spells. So definitely nice little utility defense there for sure. 50% magic proof on this one, so a little bit more magic proof. And then same thing, random blessing instead, so this creature can cast a random blessing or curse. So the base Djinn can only cast curse. This one can cast either on your friends or enemies. So if you want, you know, endurance or divine strength or haste on your units, he might be able to get that. It's random, so you never know what you're going to get, or you can continue casting on the enemy. So more magic immunity, more utility with curses and blessings. And then the last Djinn here, which I think this one is better in my opinion. So immune to air, you know, whatever. 75% magic proof, so even more. Keeps going more and more. 75% magic proof. And Wheel of Fortune. So 3 times per combat, this creature can randomly increase the luck value of a chosen friendly stack or decrease it chosen enemy stack. So for me, being that magic proof is fucking amazing, and the luck, the luck to me can, I don't want to say it's necessarily better or worse than being able to cast the positive or negative spells that the other Djinns can do. Um, But if you take both of those things away, this one is still just better because it's even further magic proof. So it's a little bit 1 point worse in attack and defense, but has more hit points. But then is further magic proof and immune to air as well. So to me, this one is just better. It's overall way more consistent. The other little utility, while it's useful, that honestly it's going to help you less in the fight than being immune to air and 75% magic proof compared to 50% magic proof and whatever thing you cast on them for either side. And then we have the Rakshasas. So I think Rakshasas are overrated as fuck. They absolutely need all the help they can get from Academy's artifacts. But this one has no enemy retaliation, so something that we've seen from other creatures from other factions as well. They are a large creature. They do have some pretty decent speed and okay initiative, but no enemy retaliation. So go up, attack them. They're probably not going to attack back. Some automatically do, but having that already is massive to be able to do damage for free, especially with a tier 6 that does a good amount of damage. So this one, the upgraded version, does a dash, so after using this ability, creatures misses that turn. You know, activating this ability is this creature's turn, but then they are able to take turns more often. So it's basically let me waste 1 turn to be able to go more often. So sometimes that is very useful. Again, to me, this unit is so very overrated. It's not good. It needs so much help to be good. Now this one though, this one is fucking scary. Because while it does have the dash, which it's not a bad thing, you know, and the speed initiative is good. This guy can reach everywhere, so dashing early to have these more turns instantly for the rest of the fight is massive. But then Whirlwind being able to attack a 6-tile fucking area and do all the damage. If you do dash and they don't fucking move and you can go up and hit multiple targets, you're gonna that is where this unit actually succeeds, is this upgrade right here. This one is definitely way better to me. It even does more damage anyway, and has more damage, has 5 less hit points, but even more speed. So yeah, now they will retaliate to you. Oh my gosh, they will retaliate you, because this one has no enemy retaliation, this one does not. So they will attack you back, but they're going to be so fucking devastated when you rip through half their team from the whirlwind that it won't matter. But again, to me, you gotta be careful with these guys, because to me they're fucking overrated, man. They just are. I don't know why people love them so much and think they're so great. They get destroyed. Now, they have some great potential again with this whirlwind, and having no enemy retaliation is big. Don't get me wrong, that's huge for a tier 6. It really is, but yeah, you don't put too much faith in them. We'll just leave it at that. And then finally, the tier 7 Colossus here, immune to mind control. Okay, that's nice. Large creature. That's it. So, I mean, at least they can't mind control your tier 7. That's not terrible. And then the Titan. So this is actually one of, technically the only guaranteed tier 7 that is a ranged unit. So his range is half, just like most people's are. No melee penalty though, so if they pull up on you and you're a tier 7, you're going to kick them in the face, which is what he actually does, for maximum damage. And then still immune to mind control, and then call lightning, so this guy can actually cast a lightning spell, somewhat much like the druids can. It's not going to be as devastating, but it's still nice if you would rather do that. You know, again, if somebody pulls up on you, then you are forced to melee attack them, and that's not always what you want to do with a ranged unit, obviously. Even if you have the no range penalty, you know, if you have one Titan left and there's 6 devils that are in your face, you don't want to melee attack them when you're forced to. Call some lightning down. But yeah, I like that, to be able to do that, and it's super cool to have a tier 7 that's ranged. The only other one that is is technically the Cyclops, but you have to have a goblin next to him so they can pick up the goblin and throw it. So other than that, the Titan is the only ranged tier 7 unit in the game. Obviously, same with the Storm Titan, still half range, no melee penalty again, still immune to mind control, and then Stormcaller. So instead of the Lightning Strike, which you don't have, you call a Thundercloud on a area, and all units take some damage every single turn. Shooters also get a penalty to their range attacks. The damage and penalty depend on the number of creatures that created this thundercloud. So if you have a fuck ton of Titans and you put it over some, ranged units, that's going to be very devastating to their ranged attacks, which is super good. Or if there's just an area where a lot of the enemies and your team is grouping up, in the middle of the battlefield or whatever, this can be good to have them keep taking damage. But I personally obviously like doing this on some backline units just because it's going to make them worse and take damage. So for whatever reason you might not be able to get to them, they have something making them worse and doing damage to them. So you could still say that with the lightning strike. You could still lightning strike them if you can't get to them. So it's kind of just preference, do you want an area effect or to call lightning? And I mean, their stats are literally the exact same here, so that's really the only preference that you have. Do you want to call lightning strike, or do you want to? The only thing that would technically, I would say, might be better is because the Storm Titan, the Storm Cloud lasts the entire time. It's not just a lightning strike. I believe you can continuously every single turn lightning strike somebody with this Titan, but at the same time that's taking up your turn compared to if you put the storm cloud down, that's one turn and then it stays there. So then the rest of your turns can be doing other things compared to lightning strike. So that is all of the academy creatures. Hopefully this list helped you. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out all of my other videos of all the other creatures from all the other factions, all of the other heroes from every single faction, Heroes 5 tier list, Heroes 5 dual mode series, and our custom games that are still going on. And we will hopefully see you guys in the next one.